Okay, here we are today, folks. We're going to be going over some things. Well, first we want to welcome you all back to Arizona Hog Hunters. We appreciate you joining us again on another little adventure. Today's little excursion will be in an area that we wanted to put out there that's got a lot of hog activity. Suscrofa has been noted to be in this area for many years. We originally wanted to do a separate area, but because of rabies and the problems they're having extensively down there, we decided to bring it to this area here that isn't quite as bad. Yeah, there is an alert across the state with that issue, and hopefully it'll burn out and we can get to this next area. But for today, we're going to talk about this new area. It was going to be our third area, but now is our second area to be exposed, revealed, whatever. And so this starts somewhere around the Benson Pomerine area to the south along the San Pedro River, and extends all the way north to approximately the Mammoth area, which it covers about 50 miles or so. We've got a lot of interesting stuff to discuss that you'll see in the video. We expect that this is going to be one of our more popular areas for hunters, and it's also one of the more scenic areas for just touring through there. There's a back road that you need to be aware of that we're going to be riding on. We call it the back road from Salmon Well to Pomerine, Benson area. And it's not used a lot. For the most part, most of it's pavement, but the rest is dirt, and it is well graded and maintained. And so with that, on that note, we'll go ahead and continue on with our little diversion and see what you think. All right, so today we're looking at an area that we call the Mid San Pedro Wildlife Management Area. And this is the area here to my left. You'll see a large power line. That's going down to the south. To the left of that power line is the Nature Conservancy. They have had a lot of problems with hogs in the past, currently having problems. Matter of fact, they even had a federal hunter come in there and try to trap them. But one of the things about pigs is you may get lucky and get one or two pigs on a trap set, but after that they're too smart, and so traps have a minimal effect. And unfortunately, but fortunately for us, they don't allow hunters. But if you know where to hunt around the Nature Conservancy, which is quite expansive, it goes back to the south there, probably 4 or 5 miles, and to the west there, probably about 2 miles, and it ends up right across from us, right in there. We'll be focusing on finding this power line road that they just created, which I'll be showing you here shortly. That is an easement through all of the private properties, the Nature Conservancy, etc., and you can get right in the middle of them and hunt in that easement, which is typically 400 or 500 yards wide, and it runs from here all the way north along the San Pedro River, and or parallel to it anyway. And so what we'll be doing is looking at this access, finding ways to hunt in the area legally. So I'm gonna get back out on the road here. But this is an area that's got a lot of hogs, and as you all know, hogs like to go up in canyons during the daytime. Some stay down in the thick brush, but usually your herds will try and head up the ridges during the day and get into a canyon to sleep, and then get back down into the wash to feed, because that's where most of your hog feed, whether it's grubs, rodents, whatever. And so we'll be looking at all this. We should be coming up to that powerline road here shortly. Very scenic country. We got the Little Rincon Mountains off to the west, and the Winchesters off to our east. And I believe, let's see, we got a access road there. I don't think that's the road I'm looking for. Might have been. But bottom line is, this whole river, all the way even up to as far as the upper San Pedro wildlife management area, where we've been talking and showing you all the videos about, you've got hogs that operate all the way through this river basin. And what we try to do is find where they're concentrated the thickest to get reported back to y'all, and how to access them, etc. Where we're at now is still on the back road to Salmon Well. We've just crossed over into the Sea Spirit Ranch area. Beautiful little ranch. We got all kinds of wildlife range through here. Some of the most scenic areas. We got a lot of feeder fields, as you can see. Okay, folks, just want to give you a little perspective of where we came from. That's south, where we came up the river. I got a truck. Anyway, that's where we came from, down south, Benson, through that river canyon basin area. Those mountains over there, that's the Galliero Mountains, and you can see the river. It's pretty amazing situation here. This is the northern end of the middle, what we call the middle San Pedro Wildlife Management Area. And you can see where it goes up and heads up towards Mammoth. And about where as far as you can see with the camera. Then we start with the upper San Pedro area that we've already done a little bit of videotaping on. But yeah, it's a pretty scenic mountain range. Pretty much untapped. Not a lot of roads and trails. There's a few up there. Arizonah Canyon is, if you see that big peak up there, that's Tabletop Mountain. And just to the left of it is where Arizonah Canyon drops down in. And then you cross right over where Tabletop is, through that gap, and you end up in Klondike. Getting pretty close to Safford. But yeah, this is an amazing area, and I just wanted to give you a little shot of what that looks like. And then cruising on around, and here you see the back of Mount Lemmon, the Catalina Mountains, and back towards the Rincon Mountains, the far mountains over there, and the little Rincons just below it, and then back to where we just came from, the river. Anyway, hope you appreciate all that. I think it's kind of neat myself. In the evening, the colors are phenomenal. Alright, so here we are. This is that power line road I was talking to you all about. You can see these big power structures here. This is a relatively new addition to our environment, and this thing goes all the way to New Mexico. Where it comes out for our purposes is where we started this journey, back by that Nature Conservancy, and it crosses the road and goes clear into Deming, New Mexico, where the power plant, solar panels and windmills and everything, they are shipping this energy all the way to California. If you swing pan you around here, you can see that that's heading west, and you got easement, and it's usually I'm guessing 400, 500 yards some places in width. And what's really neat about it, let's swing it back around here, is that it goes through some of the most primo habitat that when I was back doing my professional guiding for a ranch that had these animals on, we were always dreaming of being able to access all of that area, but it was all private property. And so now this road goes right through there. Let these cars go by. So this, like I said, this road goes right through the best part, I mean, it is basically virgin territory for all kinds of hunting, wildlife in abundance, varmint calling, predator calling. These mountains are loaded with bear and lion, deer, hogs, javelina, and every other kind of species that you can probably think of. But yeah, this is it. And so on that note, we're going to go ahead and sign off for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this little journey. Kind of make you aware of what's another car, what we have available to us. And like I said, this road right here I'm really excited about. I mean, it just again, these are the Catalina Mountains in the background there, and it takes you right through the foothills of those mountains into the foothills of the Little Rincons, all the way down to the Pomerine-Benson area. And so if you enjoyed yourselves today, folks, please hit that like button, share it out, let people see what we got here as we pan around the Galuro Mountains. Let them enjoy this, and for all you hog hunters, this is the place. This is the middle San Pedro Wildlife Management Area. Signing out. Sayonara.